Hi guys, hello. Thank you for stopping by. Lady G here. In today's video, I'm going to be thank you for stopping by. Lady G here. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to us about some of the reasons why middle-born kids usually feel left out, abandoned, unloved, or neglected. Yes, middle-born kids often feel that way. The middle-born experiences is so universal, guys, that they give it a name, middle-born syndrome. Now, they define or explain it as a psychological phenomenon that is characterized by a feeling of neglect and perceived unfairness when compared with other siblings. You know, now a middle-born or a middle child is that child who is neither the firstborn in the family nor the last. So middle-borns are often caught in between, you know. Now when we look at most families, the center of attention in most homes is usually either on the older siblings, talking about the firstborns, who by the way shoulder most of the responsibilities in the home. So the duties of the firstborn, the responsibilities of the firstborn, and the showering of praises on the firstborn by the parents is the order of the day. It's either that is happening or love, attention, and so much care, that is being dished out to the last ones. Now, these middle ones are caught in between. They are watching this, and sometimes they feel neglected. They feel invisible in their homes. They feel unseen at all. They feel rejected and forgotten in most situations. Their ideas or their opinions are often not sorted and taken seriously or considered in most of the decision making of the homes. So this makes them to feel left out, and it has so many effects on these middle bonds, either as kids, and then eventually it affects the adults that they turn out to be. One of the first and most important point is the fact that it creates low self-esteem in kids, right? They lose their, confidence at a very early age. When they go out, start losing confidence in themselves, in their abilities, in their capabilities. So believe that every other kid is better than them. Every other child out there is better than them. Approval of siblings, approval of family members, approval of their parents, and then they take it out, trying to get that approval from people outside of their homes. And that makes them to be vulnerable to being bullied. Most kids that end up being bullied are usually middle-borns. And it's not because they cannot stand up for themselves, but because they feel that is the norm. That is how it should be. Accept and adapt to all sort of treatment. Most times, middle-borns, as kids, you see them as people pleasers. And unfortunately, most times they even grow up trying to please everyone. And of which we know that it's not possible. You can't please everybody. This can impact on their emotional well-being and then, their mental health later in life. The parents, you should be mindful of how you make your children feel in the homes. You are sharing praises or trying to work with your kids, especially the firstborns and the older kids. Make it an inclusive conversation. Let all the kids feel, part of what is going on, so that it will not affect the middle bonds in a negative way. I know that most times it's not on purpose, it's an honest overlook. would have later impact or effect on the kids. So kids are watching and they take a step backward and then watch what is happening. So when they grow up, you see them, exhibiting some traits, some characters, some behaviors that really suggest where they're coming from when it comes to their hierarchy in the home. So parents, if you're a parent or an aspiring parent, please be watchful of how you treat your kids. Let them all feel inclusive. Let them feel that they belong. That sense of belonging, give it to them. That sense of responsibility, give it to them. Treat them as fairly and equally as possible so that they will not have any biased mind concerning how they are being treated by their parents. Talk about how this impacts on an adult that is a middle born. Yes, it has as much impact on an adult as it does in kids. Now, one of the first things you notice, the people that you see as adults saying, I am extremely introverted. I'm an introvert. I don't really like mingling with people. I don't talk too much. There are people of few words and everything until they are comfortable with their environment and the people they're together with. That's when you see them really showing their their real behaviors and what have you. So you see them just pulling back, and then they always take a step backward, try to analyze the situation, to place everyone where they feel they should be placed before they will now really come out and display what they're capable of doing. Because of what they've been through, they come out trying to prove a point, gain their voice back, usually highly independent. Being that they grew up, getting used to no much attention being put on them as kids, and they oftentimes do things on their own. You see them coming up to be highly independent and very adaptable. Whatever situation they find themselves, highly flexible. They're usually very strong-willed people. You see them coming very determined. Ones can be very rebellious. Someone said they are rebels. They can be rebellious in the sense that as adults, now that they have the power, now that they have everything that it takes to really kick against, doesn't favor them, or they are not cool with, it doesn't matter whether it's with their parents, with their older siblings, with people outside, they have this tendency of being rebellious and competitive. Since growing up, they have always been either compared with the older siblings or the younger siblings. So they grow up trying to, gain their place in the family. So with that, becoming adults, you see them portraying these traits of trying to be competitive. I'm better than this person. What does he have? What can he do that I cannot do? I can even do this thing better. Sometimes these competitions are not really healthy competitions, You see them trying by all outshine the next person, be it a sibling, a neighbor, a friend, a colleague at work, or any other person for that matter. Middle bonds are great leaders, guys. They are great leaders in the sense that they grew up not having so much options. Sit down and figure out what other people would need, what other people would appreciate, and then, finding a way to sort out solutions for other people's problems as well as their own problems. By so doing, you see them coming out as great leaders, guys, able to better manage what they have been through and turn it around for their own good. So if you're middle born, don't take it out on yourself, don't take it out on your siblings, don't take it out on your parents, right? Try and coexist together, and make sure that that does not create any enmity, hatred, or unhealthy competition among your siblings or with people at work or people in your neighborhood. Try to relate normally with people. Guys, I'm a middle born myself. Hello. If you're an older or a younger sibling who has middle borns in your homes, try and relate with your siblings with love and understanding. And as a parent, please, as much as it's within your power, make sure you relate with your kids equally and fairly. Let it not be that any one of them will feel left out, will feel neglected, will feel unloved at any point in time, because that kind of affects the relationship they have with you, as well as the relationship they have with their other siblings, and in later life, the relationship that they will have with other people in the society. So for us to have a better and a healthy relationship with ourselves and other people in the society, this is a call for better and fair treatment of every child, but especially of the middle born. Thank you. I guess I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.